I think most of us are really hard on ourselves because that's how we have been wiring our head, our thinking around our previous trauma, previous experience that have caused so much pain in our life. And when we have this sort of protective layer of negative thinking, then whatever happen in the future, if it is undesirable, then we will have a safety net in within ourselves to say, yeah, we always have this thing coming for us, and somehow this will lessen the burden that we take from need to accepting all this negative impact in our life, which is a very flawed thinking because obviously there will be a lot of things that can go wrong in our life, but the first instance that we see bad things happen, then it's somehow already justifiable the course of action that we will take in our life. So the first instance that we've seen negative thing happening, then it's somehow justifiable the length of thinking that we have. So somehow it excludes ourselves from all the good possibilities that can happen in the future beyond the point of failure, that immediate failure that we have seen in front of our eyes. So somehow this negative feedback loop will prevent ourselves from moving forward. So I don't think we can really plan or move forward as ourselves into the future unless we go through past the first point of pain that we've seen immediate in front of our eyes. So most of us really cannot move past the first checkpoint. I would call it as a checkpoint of pain because somehow we think beyond the first contact of pain, there will not be any good outcome. We think the first instance of negative point that we've seen is the final outcome, when in fact, actually, there's a lot of things that can go right rather than wrong after the first point of contact with any failure of any setback. So that is why I really believe that until we really move ourselves past the first point of failure or negative feedback into our life, then we really cannot move forward. And to do that, we must really leave ourselves behind. Whatever has been in our life, we must leave them behind and not let them be a source of judgment to what can happen in the future. And obviously, that is the hardest thing anyone can do, really leaving part of ourselves behind. Whatever it is, as bad as it could be, we always think that that part of our life have been there like since forever. That is our part that we need to leave behind, and we might think it as a betrayal to ourselves, but actually it is a healing process that we all must go through. So unless we left ourselves behind, then yeah, I don't really we can move forward because whatever we do, whatever we plan, as long as we don't left the part that is hurting us, then it is all will back to square one. We all will do the same things over and over again. We do the same thing but expecting a different outcome, which our brain will think that all this feedback loop of negative thinking and all the possible outcome will not be matched together because we need to have a better perspective for ourselves. The trauma that we have faced in our life will always be with us forever, but it should not be a source of reference to what could be in the future. So we might have a different perspective, we might have a different plan, and with it will come a new potential of how we're going to approach our life. And it is a very painful thing to really leave ourselves behind. But trust me, I've done this also quite a few times in my life, forgiving myself, forgiving others, looking into what could have been beyond my own reason or my own belief, and trusting in the process that everything will come to it eventually as a good thing. So I think that's how we actually can move forward.